You are listening to Newvision Oldways, the podcast that explores timeless wisdom for the modern mind in a fun, relaxed, and most important, interactive way with you, the listener. I am your host, Tony Marinaccio, and let's get the episode started. Welcome back to Newvision Oldways, and as usual, I am your host, Tony Marinaccio, and this is episode 6, Uniting the Concepts, our first review show, tying together Stoicism, Transcendentalism, Mindfulness, and the Tao Te Ching. I thought that uniting these concepts will help tie a bow on these initial episodes and will also help us see what the common threads are that form what we need to not only survive but live happier and better lives. And we will also talk about an exciting mini-series that is coming up next and see what you have thought so far by reading some of the listener email I have received, which I love, by the way. So let's get the review part of the episode started. I thought about how can I do an episode like this without sounding too generic and just restating the previous episodes. And I believe I have an interesting way we can understand how these concepts we have been talking about thread together and include a few extra, say, bonus material topics not covered in the previous podcasts. Well, to do this, let's use the idea of the ocean. And if you listen closely, you might even be able to hear it in the background. And how that can reflect life in general and follow an adventure at sea. So let's start a journey. We will help to open our minds, and we can start by envisioning the modern world as a vast ocean of information, constantly bombarding us with waves of stress and uncertainty. And what will help us navigate the storm? Well, it can start with Stoicism. It anchors us in virtue amidst the storm. The Stoics emphasize the importance of understanding what is within our control and what is not. In the vast expanse of the ocean, there are elements beyond our influence, the winds, the currents, and the unpredictable waves. Similarly, in life, there are external circumstances beyond our control. However, just as skilled sailors adjust the sails to navigate the changing winds, Stoicism teaches us to focus on mastering our internal state, our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Through the practice of Stoicism, we learn to cultivate virtues such as courage, wisdom, temperance, and justice. These virtues serve as our guiding stars, illuminating the path through the darkness of uncertainty and chaos. And in this sea of chaos, Stoicism emerges as a sturdy ship, providing us with the principles of resilience, virtue, and acceptance. Just as the Stoics emphasize the importance of living in accordance with nature, we can learn to embrace the ebb and flow of life's challenges without losing our sense of inner peace. Drawing from the principles of virtue, we recognize the importance of integrity and moral character that is so lacking in today's world, where ethical dilemmas often arise in both personal and professional spheres. Stoic practices like negative visualization, which we did not cover in episode 2, can prepare us to confront adversity with a mental calmness, enabling us to navigate setbacks and failures with grace and determination. Negative visualization is a meditative technique that allows us to visualize worst-case scenarios, which can desensitize our minds and create a psychological fitness, so to speak, in preparation for real-life losses and difficult moments. This has also been adapted to cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT in many cases, a way to get through the storm, so to speak. After the storm, Transcendentalism finds us communing with the infinite ocean. Transcendentalism, a philosophical movement rooted in the 19th century, invites us to transcend the limitations of the individual self and connect with the vast ocean of being. For the Transcendentalists, the ocean serves as a powerful symbol of the infinite and eternal. Just as the ocean encompasses countless drops of water, each individual soul is but a drop in the vast ocean of existence. Through contemplation and introspection, we can dissolve the boundaries of the self and merge with the universal consciousness, experiencing a profound sense of interconnectedness with all of creation. And then, as we gaze upon the horizon, we encounter the lush landscapes of Transcendentalism, inviting us to reconnect with the rhythms of nature and the depths of our own souls. Inspired by the writings of Emerson and Thoreau, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, seeking harmony with the universe and celebrating the inherent beauty of existence. Transcendentalists' ideals of individualism empower us to embrace our unique identities and pursue our passions authentically, resisting the pressures of conformity in a world dominated by social norms and social media. Just as Thoreau retreated to Walden Pond to commune with nature, we find solace and inspiration in moments of solitude, cultivating a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos. Our journey continues with the Tao Te Ching. This will help us flow with the currents of life. We can utilize the ancient wisdom of the Tao Te Ching, a timeless guidebook for harmonious living in alignment with the flow of the Tao. Like a gentle breeze guiding us towards serenity, Lao Tzu's teachings remind us of the power of simplicity, spontaneity, and non-action in navigating the complexities of existence. In the ocean of existence, the Tao Te Ching teaches us to emulate the fluidity and adaptability of water rather than resisting the currents of life. We learn to flow with them, allowing events to unfold organically and effortlessly. Like a skilled surfer riding the waves, we navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and ease. The concept of wu-wei, or effortless action, teaches us to let go of our attachments to the outcomes and trust in the natural unfolding of events, fostering a sense of ease and contentment in our daily lives. Just as the Tao Te Ching encourages us to embrace the wisdom of emptiness, or otherwise known as the mirror of the universe, we can learn to cultivate a spacious awareness that transcends the confines of the ego, fostering compassion and interconnectedness with all beings. So many people now feel completely disconnected with reality and in turn feel completely disconnected with even loved ones or friends. So if practiced, the Tao Te Ching can bring us out of that disconnected feeling and give us stronger relationships to each other and the universe. The Taoist philosophy also reminds us that true power lies in yielding rather than resisting, in softness rather than hardness. By relinquishing our attachment to outcomes and embracing the present moment, we attune ourselves to the rhythm of the Tao, finding serenity amidst the chaos of the world. And finally, we arrive at the shores of mindfulness, sailing into the eternal now, a powerful practice rooted in the ancient traditions of Buddhism and now embraced by millions around the world seeking refuge from the storm of societal bring-downs, as I like to call them, the pressures of conformity. Through mindfulness meditation and present moment awareness, we learn to anchor ourselves in the here and now, bringing about a sense of clarity, compassion, and calmness amidst life's tumultuous seas. Mindfulness offers a practical approach to navigating the ocean of existence by cultivating present moment awareness and acceptance. In the midst of the ceaseless waves of thought and sensation, mindfulness serves as a steady beacon, guiding us back to the shores of the eternal now. Mindfulness practices like loving kindness meditation foster empathy and goodwill towards ourselves and others, bringing a sense of unity and, just like the Tao, interconnectedness to an increasingly divided world. No matter what political side you are on, no matter what religious or spiritual belief you have, the rulers that be are using divide and conquer now more than ever. So be extremely mindful of that and fight against it with courage and virtue. We are, of course, stronger together than apart. By cultivating non-judgmental awareness of our thoughts and emotions, we develop greater emotional intelligence and resilience, empowering us to respond skillfully to life's challenges rather than react impulsively. Through mindfulness meditation and mindful living practices, we learn to anchor ourselves in the present moment, free from the pull of vast regrets and future anxieties. Like a skilled navigator charting a course through treacherous waters, we develop the capacity to observe our thoughts and emotions without being swept away by them. Mindfulness teaches us to savor the richness of each moment, recognizing the beauty and wonder that surrounds us in every aspect of life. By fully inhibiting the present moment, we discover a profound sense of peace and fulfillment, regardless of the external circumstances. So, as we reflect on our empowering journey through Stoicism, Transcendentalism, the Tao Te Ching, and mindfulness, We can easily see how each tradition offers a unique perspective on the art of living well in the modern world, while also showing the common threads throughout each concept. Like four distinct notes in a symphony, these philosophies harmonize to form a medley of wisdom, guiding towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos. In the vast ocean of human experience, the wisdom of Stoicism, Transcendentalism, Mindfulness, and the Tao Te Ching offers invaluable guidance for navigating the turbulent waters of existence. Like skilled sailors, we can learn to harness the power of virtue, commune with the infinite, flow with the currents of life, and anchor ourselves in the eternal now. As we voyage through the depths of the unknown, may we draw upon these timeless teachings to navigate with courage, wisdom, and grace. And may we never forget that the journey itself is the destination, and that the true treasures of life are found not in the reaching of the distant shores, but in embracing the ever-changing seascape of the present moment. I hope you have enjoyed our voyage of exploration and discovery so far. We have so much more to discuss in coming episodes, and this is a great time to let you know what is ahead. Well, in the next few episodes, we will break down some recent books on various subjects that can help us rewire our minds and give us the confidence and wisdom we need to make those changes in our lives. I have found some interesting and great perspectives in these books, and I'm excited to bring them to you. And then after that, we will get back to theologies and concepts like the last four episodes, and we will then start bringing in some guests to give us some real-life views from people of varying walks of life. So some exciting stuff ahead for sure. So now, as I said from the very beginning, I want to hear your thoughts, not only on the subject we are discussing, but I guarantee that some of you will have ideas and concepts that you want to discuss. And that's the point of this. It's about all of us. And I mean all of us. And I know I keep saying it, but it's important to note that no matter what your political views are, no matter what your religious preferences, no matter where you come from or the color of your skin, we are all people just trying to survive and live a good life. So ideas are always welcome. Just like a few emails that I received from listeners that left comments and coming up with great questions as well. Like this one from Tina in San Francisco, and I love it. We're hitting the West Coast, so that's cool. Tina gets right to the down and dirty of the AI issue and says, I love the podcast and I love the way the material is presented. Easy to understand, but challenging at the same time. Thank you for that. Do you use AI in your research like ChatGPT? So I picked this question because nowadays it's a very valid question, and we are still navigating through what is AI driven and what is straight out of our glorious minds. So Tina, I have absolutely no problem using AI, but I use it mainly to get past roadblocks. Occasionally, you get to a point where writing these episodes where, I'm not sure where to go with something, and AI is unquestionably a great way to get through those proverbial roadblocks. But the rest of the research is done the old-fashioned way. Books. I have a lot of books. I do read a lot, and I am fortunate to be able to access so much great information as needed. So, Tina, I hope that answers your question. Next, we have Letitia from the great city of Buffalo, New York. She asks, these are great episodes to get the mind thinking about ways to improve our lives, but will you be discussing out-of-the-box ideas like tarot cards, crystals and psychics, etc., and your thoughts on them? Well, Letitia, this is a great question. I hadn't really thought about those ideas, but when I saw this question, I immediately reached out to a friend of mine that is well-versed in these, and if I can get our schedules coordinated, I'd love to bring her on and get her thoughts on this, because I do not have much experience with these things. So that is a great guest idea. So thank you, Letitia. I will do my best to incorporate these concepts as soon as I can. And this next one may be one of my all-time favorites. It comes from Link. That's the name, Link. Not sure where from, but Link says, cool shit. That's it. Short and sweet. Thank you, Link. I'm very happy you think it's cool shit. But if you have something you want us to talk about, let me know so I can bring you more stuff that you think is cool shit. And lastly, we hear from Scott in Erie, PA. Scott says, I do like the episodes, but it leaves me with wanting more from each subject. Would love to hear more examples of how we could apply these old concepts to our lives. Well, Scott, that is one reason why I will stop after several episodes and do a review episode like this one. But also, as we begin interviewing people, we can always get their take on these as well. Remember, this is a learning journey, and together we will figure out the best paths to take, and it's for sure a work in progress. But your thoughts are very appreciated and food for thought. There are no rules here, so we can go back to things if we feel like it, and that's the great thing about podcasting. We can do whatever we want. So there it is, folks, our first review show with what's ahead and, well, listener comments. Keep them coming. And as always, here's the ways to get a hold of us. These are in the show notes, but here they are again. You can email us at newvisionoldways@gmail.com. You can find us on what was Twitter, now X, at Newvision Old Way. There's no S at the end of that one. It's at Newvision Old Way. And you can find us on Facebook. Just type in Newvision Space Old Ways podcast, and you should find us. And as a reminder, these are still new platforms for us and expanding all the time. So we need your help to get the flow going with the community. And last but not least, if you could do me a huge favor, subscribe to us, like us, follow us, leave a review on whatever platform you found us on. That would be so appreciated, because that will also help secure guests that we will be booking in the future. So I can't wait to get your input, and I can't wait until we get together for the next episode of Newvision Old Ways. Until then, be safe, be cool to each other, and let's change the world. I wish you all peace. See you next time.